What's up, everybody? My name is Parker Andrus, and I am joined with Silver Cepeda. We are the call center chiefs. We work for a company called TELE-NET, which is an outsourcing company with hospitality and high-quality customer service at the forefront of everything that we do. We started this web series to shine more light on the industry, as well as answer some common questions, clear up some misconceptions, and really answer your questions that you have about the industry and help you understand how the outsourcing industry can help your business take the next step. So thanks, glad to be here today.
Yeah, we're live in Cebu.
We are live. We are live in Cebu. We are not separated by an ocean this time. I'm here, and so we took the opportunity to do one live together. We're located in one of our contact centers, which is located in the heart of Cebu City. You'll notice it's a little bit quiet right now. It's because we are recording in the daytime. Of course, most of our clients are in the U.S., and so to accommodate the U.S. hours of operation, almost all of our agents, not all of them, but most of them, come in at nighttime for the night shift. But yeah, happy to be here and to be recording this. Last episode, we talked about some very common questions and concerns that people have when it comes to outsourcing. And I want to address just one or two more today. One that I get asked all the time. And that question is, do your agents have an accent? It's a concern for a lot of people. Can we talk a little bit about that? Silver, will you answer that question? Do the agents have an accent?
Well, everyone has an accent, Parker.
Yeah.
If we look into Merriam-Webster, they would define it as, quote, a way of speaking by a particular group of people, unquote. Now, having been in the industry for 15 years, talking to clients, I would know if they're from New York, Texas, or California because of accent, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a fact that that's out there.
Yeah.
Now, if we're still basing success by customer satisfaction, which Philippines is number one,
Okay.
that speaks for itself because you can never get a 5-star CSAT if the person that you're helping doesn't even understand you, right?
Yeah, right.
So
that's true.
being number one, that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Our neutral accent, and a lot of write-up that I saw defines it as neutral, right? So it can be understood by any region.
Cool.
So that's our advantage here in the Philippines.
Huge advantage, very much so. And yeah, I mean, it is, accents can be tricky. There's places in the U.S. where I go and maybe I'm not understood, or I definitely don't understand some accents of people in certain regions of the U.S. Here in the Philippines, I have no problem communicating whatsoever. Very, very easy to understand because of this neutral accent, right? So how is that learned? What kind of process? How do Filipinos learn English here?
Well, our education system was established by the Americans.
Okay.
When they came here. So we have elementary, high school, and college, right? The thing about that is, in elementary, you get to have one subject in Filipino. That's talking about Tagalog.
Only one.
Only one.
Okay.
High school, only one.
Okay.
College, only one.
So everything else is in English.
Everything is in fact, if you start to speak here as a child, like a 2-year-old, you're 2 years old. It's not manzanas.
Okay.
It's apple.
Apple.
So it's taught to you in English already. So you assimilate the language even when you're young. And you know what's my mom has been puzzled when I was in college because I almost failed Tagalog. That subject. She was like, "What's wrong with you?" So yeah, that's it. I mean, we are. It's already ingrained in our culture to speak English.
Okay, that's really amazing. That it's not really learning a second language, but it's just it's a mother tongue, really, right? It's not
comes naturally.
Yeah, it comes naturally. It's learned naturally. It's learned just as it's learned in the U.S. or other English speaking nations, and not learned later on. And so that's a great point, and exactly how.
I cannot imagine doing math in my own language.
Really?
That would really be confusing. And you talk about algebra, doing it in Tagalog, that's confusing.
Okay. Well, let's talk about one more concern that people have that's kind of in the same vein as accent, and that's a cultural difference. Obviously, the Philippines is thousands of miles away from the U.S. Relating and connecting with customers and customer service is extremely important. I mean,
It is.
that's how you get That's how you win over customers, is by connecting with them. And a lot of people fear that if there's that cultural difference, there's no way that that connection can take place. So how do you mitigate that, and what kind of things are done to ensure that there isn't a cultural, noticeable cultural difference, and that everybody's on the same page?
Well, before I answer that, I mean that's a really good question. Now, let me answer it rather with this: Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Go, all of these apps wherein you can see Hollywood movies, it's in here in Philippines.
Okay.
We love binge watching all the series. I mean, Breaking Bad, I was a fan of it.
Yeah.
Fan of it rather. Now, when you were waiting for the next episode, it's the same thing here in Philippines.
Cool.
And brands like Nike, Under Armour,
Yeah.
it's here. American Eagle, I wear American Eagle and Under Armour. So whatever is latest in the US,
Yeah.
whatever is happening to Justin Bieber, we know it.
Okay.
We know it here in Philippines. So culturally, uh, uh, we are aware of what's happening there,
Yeah.
and we have a lot. There's a lot of Filipinos in the US. They would send us stuff like Skippy, so we know it, right? So and every man here in the Philippines has a love affair with the NBA.
Okay.
So in fact, the Philippine Basketball Association is the next to NBA. It's the oldest league.
Wow.
Yeah, oldest league. So we love basketball. We like American sports.
Yeah. And now that you bring that up, it's surrounding basketball. The first time I ever came to the Philippines, I went to Manila, and this was probably 6 or 7 years ago. I got in a taxi and was making conversation with my driver. He asked me where I was from, and I said Utah. And he's like, "Oh, I love the Utah Jazz. They're my favorite team." And so we started talking about them. And of course, he knew Karl Malone, John Stockton, as most people do. But he went into the rotation players too. He's like, "I love Brian Russell. I love Greg Ostertag. I love Adam Keefe. I love Jeff Hornacek." All these, I mean, the entire roster he was naming off. And I was just like, who is this guy? How in the world is somebody so far away able to keep this conversation about the Jazz up with me? It was really cool. And so, yeah, that came to mind when it came to basketball.
Yeah, and when Kobe Bryant died, Philippines was also mourning. That's how we are, I'd say, connected to what's in the United States, or what's the latest in the United States. And no, the thing, I would understand if clients are concerned about the accent, how knowledgeable are the agents when it comes to the US culture.
Yeah.
But in order to mitigate that, what we do here in TELE-NET, the thing that separates us from the rest of the call center is we allow these clients to conduct the final interview.
So smart.
Yeah, after these candidate applicants would go through a whole rigorous recruitment process, we let them sit down with the client, and we let the client decide if they want to take the agent in.
So smart.
It gives them the power to choose.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, that's gonna be their employees.
Yeah. I mean, so it's the exact same. I mean, you're conducting almost an internal interview, and you get to choose which agent is going to represent your company to the customers. Very, very good. Very smart. Also on top of that, going back to our original concern of accent and also culture, I think you're the perfect example of all of this, right? I mean, you can hear what the accent sounds like now. You can hear references like Skippy, peanut butter, that I haven't thought about in a long time, hearing this. And so, yeah, it's just great to have you and be that sort of.
Well, if you think my English is good, you should listen to our agents, because and I only get to talk to clients every now and then if they want to have a conversation with me. But our agents are the ones that are engaged in the phone every day.
Cool.
And almost every hour they have a call. So practice makes perfect. So if you think my English is good, you should listen to our agents.
please listen to our agents. Very good. Yeah, I mean, these concerns, it's almost as if they've turned into a pro at some level. Hearing how in depth and almost an obsession Filipino culture has with U.S. culture. There's a good chance that there's many Filipinos who are well more informed on U.S. pop culture than a lot of Americans. So very, very cool. That's very informative. I appreciate you sharing that. One other thing before we finish today's episode is, some of you may have noticed over my shoulder a magazine off to the side. If you didn't notice, you'll notice it right now. Well, what is this magazine, Silver?
So that's our year-end magazine that gives us uh, the summary of what happened to the whole year. What are our activities? You will see in this issue, you will see our leaders boot camp and how we're dealing with how we dealt with problems in the past and what made us successful.
Cool.
So we normally send this out to our clients, our vendors in the US, for them to see what the agents are doing, and of course, for them to see our outreach program or corporate social responsibilities. So if you want to get a copy, right, Parker?
Oh yeah. Let us know in the comments. We'd be happy to send one to you. And again, another concern, another major concern is that lack of transparency. This just gives our customers, our clients, further insight as to what's going on at TELE-NET, so that they feel very much involved in the day to day and know exactly what we're doing and how we're striving to improve and make sure that we're putting our best foot forward at all times.
Yeah, and that magazine has been created by employees. So
written by agents, team leads, senior management.
So yeah,
Very cool.
so that's it. So now,
Awesome.
if you have any concerns, any questions, we are going to flash our QR codes in the next scene rather, and then send us a direct message in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And we'll help you out with some concerns
Yeah.
or questions.
Love to answer your questions. Many episodes more that are to come with more focus on the pros now that we've kind of addressed the concerns. Feel free to reach out. But it's been great learning today about language in the Philippines and English here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. We will see you next time.
Thank you, and have
a great one.
an amazing day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.